Most people think procrastination means you're lazy or unmotivated, but psychology suggests something very different. Procrastination is often misunderstood. In many cases, it's not a lack of discipline, it's a signal from your mind trying to protect you. Your brain isn't trying to sabotage you, it's trying to manage emotions like fear, pressure, or overwhelm. So if you struggle with procrastination, it might not mean you're weak. It might mean your mind is working overtime to cope with something deeper. Let's look at the psychology behind procrastination and how understanding it can actually help you overcome it. First, procrastination is often driven by emotional avoidance. Psychology shows that people procrastinate not because they dislike the task itself, but because they want to avoid the negative emotions attached to it. Maybe the task feels stressful, maybe it makes you anxious about failing, or maybe it simply feels overwhelming. For example, imagine you have an important presentation to prepare. Instead of starting, you check your phone, clean your room, or watch videos online. It's not that you don't care about the presentation, it's that your brain is trying to escape the uncomfortable feelings associated with it. Once you understand this, the solution becomes clear. Instead of forcing motivation, focus on calming the emotion first. When the emotional pressure lowers, starting the task becomes easier. Second, perfectionism secretly fuels procrastination. Research indicates that many procrastinators are actually perfectionists. They delay starting because they feel the result must be perfect. If you believe your work has to be flawless, your brain sees the task as extremely risky, so it delays the start to avoid the possibility of failure. Think about writing an essay, creating a project, or starting something creative. The moment you think, "This has to be amazing," the pressure grows, and the brain responds by saying, "Maybe we'll start tomorrow." But the truth is, progress always comes before perfection. The most productive people don't aim for perfect first attempts. They aim for small, imperfect beginnings. Third, procrastination happens when tasks feel too big. Research in psychology shows that the brain resists tasks that appear vague or overwhelming. If your goal is simply finish the entire project, your mind struggles to process where to start. The task feels huge and undefined. But if you break it down into smaller actions, like open the document, write one paragraph, or outline 3 ideas, the brain sees it as manageable. Starting small reduces resistance, and once momentum begins, continuing becomes much easier. Fourth, procrastination is connected to how our brain values time. Research in behavioral psychology shows that humans naturally prefer immediate rewards over future rewards. Your brain values watching a quick video now more than finishing a task that will benefit you days or weeks later. This doesn't mean you lack discipline. It means your brain is wired to prioritize the present moment. One helpful trick is to create small, immediate rewards for progress. For example, work for 20 minutes, then take a short break or treat yourself to something enjoyable. By adding short-term rewards, you align with how your brain naturally works. Fifth, procrastination sometimes appears when you actually care deeply. This might sound surprising, but research suggests that people delay tasks when the outcome feels emotionally important. If something matters a lot, like a career decision, a personal project, or a big opportunity, the fear of messing it up becomes stronger. So the brain delays action to avoid potential disappointment. But this also means something powerful. Your procrastination might be a sign that the task truly matters to you. And that's not a weakness, that's a sign of ambition and care. The key is to start before you feel fully ready, because confidence rarely comes before action. It usually appears after you begin. So if you struggle with procrastination, don't see it as proof that something is wrong with you. Instead, see it as a signal. Your mind might be dealing with pressure, fear, perfectionism, or overwhelm. And once you understand the psychology behind it, you gain the power to work with your brain instead of fighting against it. Sometimes the hardest part is simply starting. But the moment you take that first small step, the mental resistance begins to fade. So today, choose one task you've been delaying. Not the whole task, just the first tiny step. Because progress doesn't start with motivation, it starts with movement. And if you enjoy learning about the hidden psychology behind everyday behaviors, subscribe for more insights that help you understand yourself and your mind a little bit better.